With the announcement that arrest warrants have been issued by the International Criminal Court for two senior Israeli politicians, Benjamin Netanyahu and Yoav Gallant, states all over the world have confirmed that if they visit, they will be arrested and handed over to be tried for war crimes and crimes against humanity. But why did it take 6 months for the warrants to be issued after the prosecutor's request, when it took only 1 week against Vladimir Putin after Russia's invasion of Ukraine? Karim Khan, the ICC's prosecutor, made the request on the 20th of May, but it wasn't issued by the ICC's pre-trial chamber until the 21st of November, due to a baseless application made by the UK to challenge the court's jurisdiction. The warrants couldn't be issued until that application was dealt with, resulting in extra months for Netanyahu and Gallant to continue their war crimes without accountability. The Rome statutes give the International Criminal Court jurisdiction over war crimes if committed on the territory of a state party to the Rome statutes. Palestine was recognized as a state by the UNGA in 2012, including recognition that all of the occupied Palestinian territory in Gaza, West Bank and East Jerusalem forms the State of Palestine. In 2015, it became a state party to the Rome Statutes, giving the ICC jurisdiction over war crimes committed on Palestinian territory. The ICC already made this clear in a determination in 2021, confirming that the ICC does have jurisdiction in Palestine. So when Karim Khan applied for the arrest warrants on the 20th of May, it was open for the pre-trial chamber to issue them just a week later, as they did for Putin. But here's where the UK comes in. On the 10th of June, the UK submitted an application for the pre-trial chamber to reopen its earlier determination from 2021, in which it had already decided that the ICC does have jurisdiction in Palestine. As a consequence of this application, the ICC was procedurally obliged to delay the issuing of the arrest warrants and set out a timetable to allow states to submit their views on the UK's application, thereby delaying the warrants being issued. At that time, to the credit of David Lammy, now the UK's foreign minister with the Labour Party, he strongly criticised the UK's previous Prime Minister, who was with the Conservative Party at the time the application was made. In Lammy's words, UK Labour would ensure that the prosecutor's decision to apply for arrest warrants should not be interfered with and are an independent matter for the court and the prosecutor. On the 5th of July, the Labour Party came to power. When this happened, there was still sufficient time on the ICC's timetable for the UK to withdraw the application and prevent the ongoing delay to issuing the warrants. In fact, campaigners explicitly called upon Keir Starmer to do exactly that and follow through with David Lammy's principled stance that the ICC should not be interfered with. Weeks later, around the 26th of July, the Labour government did indeed withdraw the UK's application. But here's the key part. By the time the UK withdrew the application, it was too late to prevent the delay. By that point, other states, including Germany, had built upon the UK's challenge, compelling the ICC to continue the delay despite the UK's withdrawal. Despite Lammy appearing to have acquiesced to campaigners' demands, the UK had already set in motion months of delay before the arrest warrants against Netanyahu and Gallant could be issued. Over the course of this 6-month delay, Israel was able to continue committing war crimes in Gaza, including extermination of Gaza's civilian population. Now that the warrants have been issued, Keir Starmer has been ambiguous over whether Netanyahu and Gallant would be arrested, despite UK and international law making it a legal requirement. But the arrest of Israeli politicians may not be Keir Starmer and David Lammy's only concern. With evidence demonstrating the UK's ongoing provision of arms, reconnaissance and intelligence to Israel, Netanyahu and Gallant's indictment for war crimes now raises the genuine prospect of all those aiding and abetting these crimes to also be indicted.